A very good morning to all. Since we are studying Pythagoras theorem, now we are going to study a new concept, Pythagorean triplet. Basically, the word triplet comes from 3. Now, what do we understand by Pythagorean triplet? Basically, we know Pythagoras theorem is applied to a right-angled triangle. Since a triangle is a three-sided closed figure, when we apply Pythagoras theorem to it, we are going to study about Pythagorean triplet. Now, what is a Pythagorean triplet? First and foremost, just we will revise what is Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Now when we are about to apply the Pythagoras theorem, we have 3 factors involved in it. So now we are going to study Pythagorean triplet. Now we will have 3 set of numbers. We have a 3 set of numbers. Now in Pythagorean triplet, what happens is, if in a triplet of natural numbers, that means in a set of 3 natural numbers, the square of the biggest number, in a 3 set of number, the square of the biggest number is equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 numbers, then the 3 numbers form a Pythagorean triplet. For example, you can see here we have 3 natural numbers, 3, 4, 5. From 3, 4 and 5 is the biggest number. So first we'll take 5 square. 5 square is equal to 25, 3 square is 9 and 4 square is 16. So 9 plus 16 is 25. Now these numbers are obeying the law of Pythagoras, and hence these 3 numbers are called as Pythagorean triplet. Now how does they obey the law and how you come to know that they are the Pythagorean triplet? If the length of the sides of the triangle forms such a triplet, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. That means the highest number, the square of the highest number is equal to sum of the squares of the other 2. That means that right angle triangle that will be formed will always be a right angled triangle. Do the following numbers form a Pythagorean triplet: 7, 24, 25. Now 25 is the biggest number. Square of 25 will be 625. 7 square is 49. 24 square is 576. If we add 576 and 49, are we going to get 625? Yes. If we get 625, that means 7, 24, 25, they form a Pythagorean triplet. And if in case we are supposed to draw a triangle using these 3 sides, it will always form a right angled triangle. Now since we have studied how to find out Pythagorean triplet, let's apply it to the sums. Find the Pythagorean triplets from among the following set of numbers. First one, 3, 4, 5, we have already done it. It is a Pythagorean triplet. 5 square is 25, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 16 plus 9 25. So 3, 4 and 5, they are Pythagorean triplet. That means they will follow the theorem of Pythagoras. And when we form the triangle, it will be a right angled triangle. Now next one, 2, 4, 5. 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. 25 is equal to, now 16 plus 4, the squares of other 2 sides, that is 20, which is not equal to 25. Hence 2, 4 and 5 are not Pythagorean triplet. That is, when we draw the triangle, it is not going to form a right angle triangle because 2, 4 and 5 are not a Pythagorean triplet. Then 4, 5, 6. 4 square is equal to 16. 5 square is equal to 25. 6 square is equal to 36. Now the eldest number, that is the biggest number, 36. Now 16 plus 25 is 41. 41 is not equal to 36, hence it is not a Pythagorean triplet and it is not going to form a right angled triangle. 2, 6, 7. Now 2 square is 4, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49. 49. Now 36 plus 4 is 40. Again 40 is not equal to 49. Hence 2, 6, 7 is not a Pythagoras theorem as it does not obey the Pythagorean law. So 2, 6, 7 is not a Pythagorean triplet. 9, 40, 41. 49 square is 81. 40 square is 1600. 41 square is 1681. So 1681. Now 1600 plus 81 is 1681. That means 9 square plus 40 square is equal to 41 square. So here the Pythagorean triplet is being formed as it obeys the Pythagoras theorem, and the right angle triangle can be formed since they are Pythagorean triplet. So 9, 40 and 41 is a Pythagorean triplet. That means they obey the Pythagoras theorem. 4, 7, 8. 4 square 16, 7 square 49, 8 square 64. So 64 is the maximum. Then 49 plus 16 is 65. 65 is not equal to 64. Hence it is not a Pythagorean triplet and it is not going to form a right angled triangle. Similarly, we can do the remaining sums to find out whether they are Pythagorean triplet or no. Now the sides of some triangles are given below. Find out which ones are right angled triangle. They will be right angled triangles only when they are Pythagorean triplet. Like now 8, 15, 17. 17 square is equal to 8 square is 64. 15 square is 225 and 17 square is 289. To solve the sums based on Pythagoras, we need to know the squares of the numbers. Now, you know 8 square is 64, 15 square is 225 and 17 square is 289. Now 17 is the big one, so 289. 8 square is 64, so 64 plus 225 is 289. Since they follow the Pythagorean triplet, so 8, 15 and 17, it is a right angled triangle. 11, 12 and 15. Now 15 square is 225. Then you have 11 square 121, 12 square 144. 121 plus 144 is 265, which is not equal to 225. So it is not a right angled triangle. Only those numbers which follow the Pythagorean triplet, they are going to form right angled triangles. 11, 60, 61. Now 61 square is equal to 3721. 60 square is 3600. 11 square 121. You can see 121 plus 3600 is 3721, which is the square of 61. Again they form the Pythagorean triplet, hence it is a right angled triangle. So when the Pythagorean triplet is formed, it forms a right angled triangle. I hope I am clear with this concept. Thank you.